Go grab yourself some PPE and a bench vise. I'm going to show you how to make some custom springs. The important thing is that it's hardened steel wire, but it has to be something springy, so it has to return to its shape. The other important thing is when it ships and it comes with these zip ties, don't cut the zip ties. If you do that, you're going to have a big mess on your hands. Just feed a little bit of wire out like this, and then cut a little piece to length. Okay, and then I've got a drill bit and my vise. That's what I'm going to be wrapping the spring around. So I'm just going to start out like this, and then I'm going to wrap the wire tight around the drill bit as I can. That first coil is the most important. You just want to get it nice and tight. Then once you're in a good position, then you can start making the additional coils. So you can see there, I'm at just past 180. I actually want a coil that's around 90 degrees, maybe a little bit smaller than 90, so I'm going to keep bending just a little bit more. I'm going to take my gloves off for this part because it just requires a little bit more dexterity. Okay, so now I'm going to take some needle nose pliers, and then I'm going to put a little bend right about there. Just go to about here with the pliers, and then bend it some more by hand. Then I've just got to straighten it back out a little bit. And there we go. Now we're ready to start the next coil. So I'll put it back on, and same thing as before, just want to get that first one really tight. So it's important to be in a good position to do that. Just need one more coil. Okay, so now we almost have a spring. And then I'm going to take my rod, and I'm just going to try to straighten these coils out a little bit so that they are parallel. And that's looking pretty good. So now the last thing I want to do is just make sure, I might just trim this down just a little bit more. So now I just want to make sure that my tails are the same, at the same angle. You can see I just need to bend this one a little bit more. And then I want to go to an angle that's just a little bit smaller than 90. So I'm going to put it back on there and just give it a little bit more bend. Just about like that. Again, I'm just trying to get those tails to match. A little bit of back and forth there, and that's looking pretty good. So now I take my wire cutters, and as you can see, if I had trimmed these wires to length to start with, I'd barely have anything to work with. So keeping them long like that just makes it easier to get the right shape, and then you can always cut things down when you're all done. So always start long and then work your way to the final length that you want. So that is a custom spring that you could definitely not get at the hardware store.